I'm nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. What's the crack? You're watching the Labtv, and I'm here with Chris McShane. Say hello.
Hello.
Thanks. And I'm here with Jack Hourigan.
What's the crack?
How are you getting on, by?
Tipping away, lad.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Finest. All right, so right, this is the first time I've tried to do a double interview. Yeah? So we're going to rock this out. So the two boys are very funny comedian boys. So Chris, right, how did you get into comedy?
How did I get into comedy? Jeez. For me, what happened was it was more of a case of I used to watch comedy all the time, but it was always the controversial stuff like Louis C.K., Bill Burr, the whole shebang. And then I started seeing other comedians like Chris Kent and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, he made me laugh about a kettle for 5 minutes. And that's the kind of comedy I like. So after seeing some comedians like, like Chris Kent, Danny Boy, I was just kind of like, all right, these guys can make you laugh over anything. So I was kind of like, yeah, that's what I'd like to do. That's how I got into it.
Class. So I'm going to ask you the same question.
How did I get into comedy? First, in this time, I think it was like seeing Doug stand up. There was a special I saw that just, there was a light bulb went off, It was just, yeah, he'd be like the main reason, I say, Doug stand up specifically. But it's always been something I was interested in.
Yeah.
Since the get-go.
Decent, boy. So tell me then, right? What drew you to it? What was it about comedy that made you be like, I want to do this?
Well, I always loved to laugh, For what drew me to it, I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think you could just go, oh, geez, I want to do stand-up comedy and then write down and then go up on stage. I didn't think that was a thing, Thought it was like any other job. You just had to, apply with a CV and stuff like that. I didn't think it was a possibility. I thought you had to know people. But then I just kind of realized, you know what? You can just go up on stage and try out your stuff, and if people like it, people like it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, boy, and it's not working though.
It's not working.
No, I'm joking. No, it totally is. Your class, like.
Oh, thanks, man.
Your bits are really entertaining. Like, same question for you, Jack. What was it about comedy that made you go, I want to do this?
I was trying to think of examples of things that I'd been working for without realizing that I was working towards something. And I had like a lot of like stories and things that I didn't know where to put them. And then I was thinking even good and bad experiences, no matter what. If you're doing comedy, like you get a story out of it. There is no bad experience anymore. Like you get a story or what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's decent. So essentially, you're trying to find the comedy in life all the time.
Yeah, absolutely, boy. So when something goes wrong, it's an instant story. When something goes right, happy days, boy. Win-win.
Class. So tell me yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the best gig you've ever done?
Oh, the best gig I ever did. Jeez, that's a tough one. I can't actually remember. There's so many. I'm joking.
Yeah, me too.
I think in City Limits, one of my first times up in City Limits was a really good one. City Limits being the local Cork comedy club. I think, I don't know what it was, whatever mentality I was in going up on stage, I just hit all the marks with everyone, and it just turned out to be one of the best gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't also you look at a gig and you're like, okay, that was spectacular. You can't say, okay, I'm a great comedian. I'm gonna write off that one gig, because your next gig could be you could just bomb and die, and it could be awful, and then you're living on your last gig, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true. My own personal best gig I ever felt like I ever did was in Collins, because that, to me, that room is very special and always promotes something in me, brings out something in me, and I discovered the actual Buddhist in me on that stage.
It depends on the people as well. Depends on like the crowd. Like the crowd might like you. The crowd might be, all right, Bubba. Bubba's my style of person. And they might go for that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about how good of a comedian you are. The room does matter as well. Yeah,
it does. Yeah, but I personally believe I always take responsibility for the room, no matter what vibe it is, and I always take it. It's my responsibility to make this room feel how I want them to feel.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too.
And I don't settle for anything else. I'm like, that's it. I don't settle for nothing, son. No. If you ain't listening, it's my fault.
I blame the room, boy. So, call it as it is. Like if it's the room, it's the room. But you're saying same question, is it? What was my favorite gig?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite or the when I thought I did best. Like, is that what you mean?
That's generally the question. Like, what is your favorite?
My favorite one. My favorite one was last month. There, definitely. It was up in Dublin. I can't even remember the name of the venue, but it was that one on April 19th. You know, the baked potatoes. That was a good old crack.
What was that?
I enjoyed that. Kind of a like-minded audience. Do you know what I mean? Like it was kind of the same stuff that I was doing, but it was expected there. Otherwise, I'm trying to convince people. You know, like why what I think is funny. But up here, it was like that was already out of the way, so I was just left to be myself, kind of.
Class. All right. So then there was 2 questions in that one question, right? So, what was your best performance then?
That I think, I think if I'd be lying if I didn't say it was like last Monday. You were there.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. That was fucking incredible,
I don't know
right?
what happened by, but something happened by.
He turned into I don't know. He turned into like Magic Man, Power Man. It was like I seen this man transcend on stage, and the whole room just like he illuminated the whole room, took control of the whole fucking thing, and we're all like, "Ah, that's hilarious! Oh Jesus!" And I was sitting in the audience going, "I live with him."
I'm gutted now I missed that one. Did you record it, Andy?
Do you know what? I actually thought that I forgot by. My God, the one time I have so many recordings now that I'd love to never see again. But the one I want to see again now.
To see again.
Yeah, me too, right? So okay, when is your next gig?
I have a gig tonight in City Limits. But by the time this goes out, that gig would have been gone, done and dusted. I hope I did well. And then I have a few gigs lined up over the year. I'll be supporting Mike Morgan with his show Wise Guys, and that'll be going around Ireland. I do know we're going to be in the White Horse in Ballincollig and other random places, or just around Cork mainly, and then throughout Ireland. And I'll be going to the Ballinamore Fringe Festival as well, which is on the 19th of June, which I'm really looking forward to because it's an outdoor gig in a forest, and they've got this canopy, and the stage looks amazing. So I'm looking forward to that. Just an outdoor gig. I hope it doesn't rain.
That'd be class.
Yeah.
Did you see that time we turned an outdoor gig?
I did, where he had everyone sitting around him. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I love that. No,
it reminds me of the old kind of like, just the old storytellers, the old Irish storytellers, where everyone would sit around and they'd talk about the salmon of knowledge for a bit, and just all those. That looked cool.
Or they talk about Bridie up the road,
Bridie up the road.
And what Bridie up the road is she makes lovely cakes.
She makes lovely.
Huh?
She's a blackguard.
She makes grand old cakes now. So she does, doesn't she? Huh? So Jack, when is your next gig?
I'd say it'd probably be Monday night there at Coco Club open mic. The old trusty old open mic.
Yeah, by 8:30 every Mondays in the Coco Club and the Roundy, and Wednesdays at 8:30 as well. I myself will be doing a comedy gig on Tuesday, the 28th of May. The 28th might be wrong, but it's a Tuesday in May anyway. Yeah, yeah, I'll be supporting.
The last Tuesday of May.
Yeah, that's it. The last Tuesday of May, I'll be in Collins, I'll be doing a set, and I'll be all like, hey, funny stuff. And you'd be all like, I'll be a version of reality expressing itself as a comedian, and you can be a version of reality expressing itself as someone laughing in the audience. Decent. So, right, before we wrap this up, right, I have a big question for the two of you. Who's taking the horse to France?
I've nothing to do with horses in France at all, I don't know.
No?
What's that mean?
Huh?
Who's taking the horse to France?
Yeah.
I don't know, boy.
You never see that ad?
No.
Ah, Lord.
Know your audience, Bubba.
Huh? No, I'm always searching. I'm always trying to figure out. Like, has anyone else ever seen that ad, or am I nuts?
Safe now that you wouldn't blame the audience.
There we go.
Oh, I'm not blaming the audience.
I know, but I'm just trying to make an excuse for not knowing.
I'm like, if someone watching this remembers that ad, right? Please link it in the comments, because I'm actually mad to watch it again and then be like, look, it does exist.
I believe.
Taking the horse to France.
So, right, if there's anyone out there, this is the question for the two of you as well. If there's anyone out there that wants to do comedy but is afraid to do it, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Like I tell everyone in my life, just go up, do it once. Obviously, write stuff. but it'll be like if you're ever having trouble in life or anything, just put it down on a piece of paper, bring it to the stage. And I'm telling you, like after your first ever gig, you might be nervous going up, but after your first ever gig, you'll be exhilarated. It's like it'll open your mind to different things. It's insane. I can't describe how good of a feeling you get after a gig. But if you're risque and you're looking for, something to do, comedy is definitely where it's at.
Yeah. And Jack?
For someone starting off, what would I tell them? Expect to... Are you allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Expect to eat shit, but don't plan on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just be ready for it. It's kind of it's weird. Like you have to learn by doing. In comedy, like more so than like I don't know. You can get ready for like soccer match or whatever it is, but I don't know. You kind of have to go. So like I realized that early on. I was just trying to focus on getting calm up there. Wrote as much as I could, but I realized I didn't know. Like I knew enough to know I didn't know how to write. So I think the main thing is getting on the stage and just giving it a whack, and then figuring it out while you're in it.
Yeah, by 100. That would have been the approach that I took as well. Like, get up and give it a go and see what happens. I was afraid my first ever gig. Right.
I think we all were afraid.
And
I was hyperventilating out in the hall in the Roundy where I was holding onto the rail. For 5 minutes. Like, I talk free like every sitting room, like non-stop, just for free in every sitting room. But but I was up there 5 minutes. I had to talk. When I had to talk, like, just shut down. I don't know.
I remember my first ever comedy gig. I was sitting down. I kept looking at the door. I was looking at the door, and in my head I was like, I can just run out the door. Like I don't have to go on stage. Like I can just run out the door.
The exact same. Yeah. The exact same. I was like, why am I here? Can I just leave? Can I just leave? Because what happened to me was it was in the Roundy, and usually the gigs in the Roundy are upstairs. So I envisioned myself on the stage upstairs, but it was double booked at the time, so the gig actually happened downstairs for my first ever gig. And I was kind of next to the bar, and people were making coffees, and and that threw me a little bit. I was like, oh, I didn't expect this at all. But I stayed and I did it, and I got a great reception, and And one thing that I'll say in Cork as well, the comedians, like once you do your first set, the comedians are just nicest people ever. You'll instantly make friends in the comedy scene, which is something I didn't expect either. I didn't expect people to kind of, have open arms about the whole experience, So I was a bit taken back by that. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that as well. Like, sure, that's how we all became friends, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you walk in, you just get embraced by about like 20 like-minded individuals, different walks of life. I didn't expect it either, but I went in there kind of shuffled. I was just thinking, no, this is going to be... I was thinking, whatever comes, like, I have to kind of take it to get started in comedy, like, but it was actually the best thing ever. Everyone was so sound, like, from day one, as soon as they see you, oh, you're new, arm around you, just friends straight away, like.
And I want to give a shout out to Collins and to the Coco Club, like, to the two boys, and, or the three boys, and Two Shoes. You're class lads because you're incredibly supportive to all of the comics, and if you did not exist, I wouldn't have joy in my life anyway. I'd have some form of joy, but I wouldn't have the joy I get from comedy. So you're class. So big shout out to the boys.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
So do you have a message for the audience before we say goodbye?
I come to every one of my gigs. Like my Facebook page, it's Comedy Man Chris. Just love me because that's why I'm in it. Like
words of wisdom, mate. That's it. Oh yeah, he's sold the joke and he's sticking with it. But Jack, any words?
There's a lot of comedy going on in Cork. I think Sunday's the only night of the week that there isn't a show going on usually. Do yourself a favour, take an old trip down. I bet you're sick of looking at the Netflix dashboard too,
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. And it's free too, like.
And it's decent. Where can we find you on Facebook?
Just Jack Hourigan. I think there should be a picture of me doing stand-up on the thing because I only use Facebook for stand-up posters and stuff. But on Instagram, my name is not Jack Hourigan. So.
That's not Jack Hourigan.
But it is me, like.
Yeah, no.
It is me, like.
But it's not.
Yeah, just in case there's any confusion, because I know it's like misleading name, but no, not Jack Hourigan is in fact me. Yeah,
but it's not.
Oh, well, that's the.
We could go on forever. Yeah.
It's not Jack Hourigan. Do you ever Google yourself? Do you ever just?
Yeah, I'm a blonde cooking TV show host from America, blonde woman, Jack Hourigan.
Yeah.
Not even joking, yeah.
I was wondering because I put Jay in the computer the other day and your name came up.
Yeah,
and
I was
like,
googling my name the other day on your laptop.
I was like, he was googling himself.
That was like yesterday, yeah.
Hey, I do too. I Google you as well.
I wanted to see if I would come up eventually, but no.
I Googled myself. So.
Because if you straight up Google Chris McShane, you won't find me. You'll find some lawyer in America. So he must be really good if he's the top Chris McShane of the world. But hopefully, I'll beat him eventually. I'll get a law degree and just keep going with it.
Oh yeah, you've already told us where we can find you on Facebook, haven't you?
Comedy Man Chris.
Comedy Man Chris. And sure, you can find me on this video, and you can find me on Facebook as well, Bubba Shakespeare. Yeah, and you can find me wherever you want me. So hit me up if you want me. If you're looking for someone to do anything, give me a shout. Tiling, I'll try that as well. That's grand. You need some furniture moved? Hit me up. Yeah, I'll tell you some jokes as well while I'm doing it. Like, you're all class, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give yourself a hug and feel alive inside, and you can thrive. Tell your mother she's class as well. Tell your father too. Because from the bottom of my heart, I fucking love you.